are here with Keith Urban. His brand new album, The Speed of Now, Part 1, just dropped. Do you have song testers in your life that maybe you trust wholeheartedly just to give you great advice, whether it's your family or friends that you've known forever? And if so, can I be a part of it?
Yeah, I'll send you some songs next time. I do, yeah. I mean, most artists I know have various people that they like playing things to. Honestly, what I've realized is equally as important as when I play something for someone is how I feel when they're listening to it. Almost certainly as much as their reaction is how do I feel? Do I feel good playing? Because I tell you, I've been excited to play things for certain people and I'm like, oh, this is great. And I hit play and then I'm like, and they may even be into it, but I find myself going, man, I feel not 100% on this song. And I don't know why, but it just lets me know there's something I got to go in and discover or tweak or something. So, and then I just living with songs, living with them for a long time, which is for me actually part of making a record like The Speed of Now, which was about easily a year and a half in the making. I started at the end of 2018, beginning of 19. If those songs keep holding up over that long, it's a good sign.
That was always my dad's advice for getting a tattoo was print a picture out, put it in your bedroom, and if you can stare at it after a year, then you should get that tattoo.
Oh, wow. Do you have any tattoos?
I have, oh man, my brother calls this my bar stamp. I got this when I was in Australia, actually.
Oh, no. I can't see what it is. What does it say?
It's actually just a dove, and I was 17 when I got it, and I actually just wanted like a peace sign, like that peace sign that like
yeah.
And the guy's like, no, I'm not letting you do that. Like he's like, this means peace, so you can do that. So I didn't take my dad's advice in the end, and I ended up being spontaneous, and now I hide it with the watch.
Yeah, but do you love it? Do you like it still?
I actually do love it because it is that memory of traveling through Australia with 6 friends. And it's like that thing that you always are like, hey, you know what? It was like such great memories associated with it.
It's also a companion. It's been with you every single place you've ever been. There's something comforting about that. It is for me, for sure.
Yeah. I think maybe I should get a tattoo everywhere I travel then. That's maybe my new mission.
You'd just be a walking passport.
So I also wanted to congratulate you on the ACMs that just happened. It was a long time coming that you were a host. I was so pumped for you when they announced that. And unfortunately, due to the circumstances this year, obviously you didn't get to perform in front of a crowd. So that must have been a little bit bizarre. But I always look at hosting an award show as just so chaotic. It looks so chaotic behind the scenes, on the scenes. So was there any hiccups that happened in the show that we don't know about?
No, not really. Everything went pretty smoothly. They did an amazing job. I mean, the fact that it happened at all was testament to the ACM crew, everybody behind the scenes. I almost think in some ways pulling together that kind of a show is more complicated because there's different timelines that everybody's filming on and 3 different locations, and it was piecing that thing together was pretty impressive. And I was really honored to be a part of it. Yeah, we would have loved to have had an audience there, but there's always a much bigger audience at home behind the camera every year. So I just kept that in mind.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I love that they incorporated those heritage venues around Nashville. I think that should be something going forward because it was just so awesome to see.
Definitely. And to change it up a little bit, it was really cool.
So you've also had some amazing collaborations in your life, from Charlie Daniels to Rolling Stones to even like Post Malone. And I would love to know if any of those collaborations took an unexpected friendship after the fact, where, you guys just kind of got paired up as a collaboration. And then afterwards you're like, yo, I really vibe you. Like, should we exchange numbers? And then you guys became actual friends after?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the first one I think about is Nile Rodgers.
Oh, wow.
Because I sought him out on the Ripcord record back in 2016. And we just hit it off. I mean, literally just hit it off. He's such a cool, vibey, soulful cat. And we just clicked and text each other all the time, call up. He's come out and sat in with my shows, and I've done a festival that he does. And when I was working on a track for this record called Out the Cage, which opens the album.
I love that song. Yes.
Thank you. I thought Niall would love this song. So I just called him up and asked if he was interested, sent him the song, and he loved it, did his guitar parts in Connecticut and sent it back to me. And yeah, it's a genuine friendship. And now I have the same thing happening with Breland, who also sings on that song,
yeah.
who's just a really good dude, you know, like Eric Church, all the people I get to play with, it's legit friendships. I mean, Eric and I text each other all the time, hipping each other to music and different songs. And yeah, that genuine friendship is key to a good collab.
I love that. I think that's so cool because you obviously just pair up because you're like, I admire what you do for work. But I think that's so awesome that personality wise, you guys just mesh and that you can continue that afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah. And John Mayer's another one too. Just, you know, guitar brother.
Yeah. You guys on the guitar that's next level. Okay, so speaking of friendships and collaborations, I did some homework, but I don't know if this is incredibly accurate. So this is why I want to come to you for confirmation. So okay. I know you and Brad Paisley became fast friends when you moved to Nashville. Is it true that he taught you quite a bit on the guitar? Or were you pretty, I feel like you were already pretty legit by then, no? Is this a rumor you're spreading around?
That's a great rumor. Yeah. We are just very, very different guitar players. And I that's what I love playing with him for, because we bring these two different worlds together when we play. And I think, you know, ultimately most of what we both do, the other one couldn't do. And that's why playing together is so fun.
Yeah, you can kind of bring out each other's strengths and weaknesses. But just to squash the rumor, you were already your own guitar player. Brad Paisley was just an addition.
I've been playing guitar since I was 6 years old. So we got a few of those 10,000 hours under my belt. Yeah.
I was like, why
but apparently
is this
I was
going
holding
on
the guitar the wrong way, and Brad corrected that. So that's great, you know.
Okay, so that could have been what it was. Maybe he just taught you how to hold the No, that's not it either. Okay, so obviously you're always so busy. You're next level, insane with your work ethic, you know, from obviously American Idol, The Voice Australia. Plus, you've got to go to movie premieres, TV stuff as well, award shows. Is there a way that you decompress where you can totally turn off your brain and just chill out and not think about the next song, the next melody, or what is something that you do to make that happen?
Oh, always. But I mean, I just thread it through the day. I'm pretty good at being in the moment, wherever I am, whatever I'm doing. Like right now, the only thing I'm doing is literally talking with you. I'm not thinking about other things. I'm right here.
Yeah.
And there's a meditative quality in that, even, so that it's only one thing at a time. I'm not really good at multitasking. I like to do one thing and be very present in that one thing at a time.
I will commend you on that as well, because I've had a few meet and greets and I've even brought friends. And that is the first thing that they say after a meet and greet with you is he is just so present and in the moment when you're with them. And I think that's just such a good characteristic to have. And that's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, that's all there is, right? Is the moment, right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So, my boss actually brought up another rumor. I'm going to specifically say that my boss brought this up because obviously the other one was false. And I'm going to throw him under the bus a little bit. He said that your stardom came in Canada. Now, is this true? Specifically said at Edmonton, Alberta, but is this just Canadians wanting to take credit for discovering you?
No, there's a good little story in there, which is quite true, right? So when we played the Saddle Dome.
Oh, okay, yes.
The very first time we had been touring in the States, right? And I'd gone to Canada and played a few times when we were getting started up there, smaller clubs, that sort of thing, you know. And then when we finally were doing a sort of big headlining tour, and we went up and we played Saddle Dome, and it was packed to the rafters. And I was on stage playing, and the audience was just so intense and so into it, and the energy was phenomenal. And for a second, because I'd done so many opening shows for people, in my head I went, oh my God, the headliner is going to love this crowd. This is a great crowd. And then I went, I'm the headliner. And it was a freaky moment because, you know, we'd been doing shows with Brooks and Dunn and a whole bunch of different huge stars. And I was always experiencing their audience and thinking, oh, I wish I could do a full show for this audience. And I had that fleeting moment and then suddenly realized this is us.
Wow.
This is us. And so go Edmonton. Yeah, very cool.
That is awesome. That's that surreal moment that you kind of realize like, whew, I'm here. I did it.
Yeah. It's great.
Okay, so I wanted to just ask one last question, and that is there any song out there right now that you heard and you instantly had that feeling and you're like, man, I wish I wrote that one?
Oh, that happens all the time. I'll tell you what, I had a sneak peek of a couple of songs on Sam Smith's new album that's coming out.
Oh, wow. And what a voice.
My jaw was on the ground. There's a song he's done. There's a couple of, I only heard 2 songs on the album, but they were just absolutely stunning songs. So I cannot wait for his album.
Oh, he just in general, his voice is absolutely incredible, and he can definitely belt it out. So we're now.
And he can write. He's an amazing songwriter. I think that's the thing that people are going to really discover on this album. He's phenomenal.
Wow, I'm really excited about that. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and for spending time and pumping up Edmonton. They're going to be really, really, really excited to hear that.
Yeah, well, hopefully we get to come back and play.
Oh, I know.
Beings. Wouldn't that
this
be nice?
time last year, you were actually in Edmonton. I was actually at that show. I think it's to the day, perhaps.
Oh, that's spooky.
Very spooky, yeah, because I think I just got a memory on Facebook about it, and I was like, wow, how crazy that I was at this show last year, and now, crazy world.
Indeed it is. But we're in transition, and we're moving to a much better one. I really believe that.
I agree. And we can't wait to see you on the road again. We love your energy when you play. Your album, Speed of Now Part 1, is absolutely phenomenal. Can't wait for Part 2 because we're really, really hoping that that's a thing. And just thanks so much for taking the time and have a fantastic day.
You too, Kristen. So nice to see you.
Yeah, you
Go and get a tattoo.
Best advice. Thank you.